I have some scalding hot tea. Get me back on YouTube and I will tell you all about it. I'm surprised your channel was taken down. There are some very questionable channels out there that are still up. Sorry this happened to you, Chantal. You won't get your channel back now, Chantal. It's terminated. I'm sorry this has happened to you, but you did it to yourself, going against YouTube's rules and regulations. Don't blame anyone else, just own up to what you have done. That's between you and YouTube. You need to be communicating with them, not your adoring fans. As for spilling the tea, most of yours is filled with lies and half-truths. How about the apologies you should be making for trauma dumping while paying Nad's bills? Con artist. None of us have control over YouTube or their decision to terminate you for nudity. Repeated nudity over months. Holding tea hostage to get what you want. Tea that has to do with no one we care about. Now you're making up to get attention, just like when you supposedly talk to all of Nader's exes, right? Go tell a detective who gets paid to listen to you. We aren't gullible VIBs. You can't weaponize us against your enemies. Welcome to adult consequences. They come with adult responsibilities. That's why your claim that breaking TOS wasn't your fault is infantile. I told you once in a YT comment that karma's gonna get you. Witnessing karma like? No, Chantal, you always say that, and then we end up watching you eat like a pig. So how about no? That's okay. We don't want you back. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You deserve another chance on YT. I'm good not seeing stranger genitals on YT. Thanks at YouTube and at YouTube creators for putting an end to the fupa flashes. Why don't you put this hot tea on one of the other platforms you're making people pay for at the moment? At Team YouTube, do you really think you can trust a creator who uses words like dong to describe her accident? It was such an accident, and she was so horrified that it happened that she went back to Omegle, and it happened again. On top of that, she has flashed her body parts, did drugs on all kinds of and off again and again, promotes sexuality meant for OnlyFans, yells and cusses out her audience. She is in severe need of mental help. She is not fit for this platform and abuses it every day. Kiss our feet. This is getting really sad. Do you have any idea why your channel was terminated? After accidentally getting flashed on Omegle and being told repeatedly, even by another Omegle creator, to be careful and read TOS, she did it again and was pooned. And there are at least 20 screenshots of her flashing her audience. She is a menace. No. Ooh, panty by Nader. See that? See that, Chantal? This is what is giving Nader views on his channel. I bet we already know Nader is live with Didi at the grocery store. The audacity. I bet the real tea is you picked up the tab. Guess what? Now I'll catch a snipe of your OF. You can't keep anything to yourself. Also, you broke countless TOS. I highly doubt YT will ever let you back. You're your own worst enemy. You let your ego ruin everything. Humble yourself. I know she regrets saying that, but YT heard her say she didn't care. She does what she wants. I hate that it happened to you, but so many tried to tell you, stop going live. Hi. Next step should be acceptance, Chantal. You need to accept you lost your channel for good by your own actions. But don't you ever die, Chantal. While you wait for YouTube to tell you, no, next time, follow the rules. I brought you something to eat. I didn't want you to lose your channel, but you said you didn't care if you lost your channel. So I guess you really did care. If you do get it back, then you might want to be nicer to people and stop telling people to F off. Scalding hot tea. What is this, 2011? Sober up, Chantal. XOXO, gossip girl. No. You went on Omegle again after people warned you about it and after you requested the bobs from the minors. Deleting the stream doesn't make it go away. YouTube has archives. This is not something you can lie your way out of. No, you've got other platforms. Go share it there. Oh, and you might want to let it cool a little. Wouldn't want to burn yourself. YouTube hears you. YouTube don't care. You have a scalding hot burn in your urethra, and that's it. Nobody but YouTube can get you back on YouTube. Just like nobody but YouTube took you off of YouTube. Your actions have consequences. If you have learned that earlier in life, you wouldn't be in this position right now, I won't advocate for someone who won't take responsibility. I'm sure Omegle was the final straw for YouTube, as you have flashed every private part you have numerous times on live streams. TOS are in place for a reason, and you, knowing that this is your full-time job at 37, should have researched TOS and Omegle. Maybe you should drop fake charges against Nader and have him pay you to be his full-time editor. Win-win for both. The real tea is watching you spin out without your platform. Why would we interrupt that? Come back with a better bargain, and the people of Twitter might listen. We will negotiate for the release of your cats and for you to sign something that promises no more driving while high. Let the games begin. Upon further talks with my Twitter constituents, we have decided to up our demands the longer it takes. We now want your firstborn son, Pete's. We plan to release him to the wild armed with a computer mouse and an anger management book. If he finds his way back to society, he may stay. Sorry girl, doesn't work like that. You violated TOS and still continue to blame everyone else and not take responsibility for your actions. At Team YouTube can definitely see all the bullying just from this post. Bullying didn't make her flash her audience repeatedly. She almost 40 years old. She needs to grow up and follow the rules like all the other creators. You need to grow up too. She doesn't have the ability to self-reflect. The combination of so many mental disorders and the fact that she's just flat out mean, it's just never gonna happen. Lol, nah, we're good. You shouldn't be paid to chat up kids. Lol, I think she's a grade A train wreck, but she wasn't doing what you imply. Stop spreading lies. She's a damn mess on her own without a lie. Damn. Are you aware some of our VIBs are underage? In January, Astrid told Chantal she's only 16, while Chantal was telling a graphic sex story while high. She said, "You're only 16, Astrid?" Then laughed and rolled over on her bed and continued where she left off. She is a menace. That makes her dumb, not anything else. That's just how it is. Unless anyone checked birth certificates, we do not know anyone is really any age. It's a serious accusation to toss out. She is a menace for a lot of reasons. That isn't likely one. You cannot stream adult content on YouTube unless you age restrict it. Doing drugs and telling graphic sex stories about rough trade with your alleged abuser is mature content, not appropriate for kids. She knows because she is age restricted constantly, but she wants the money. No one is arguing she didn't break TOS multiple times. She did, it's clear. But calling her anything in the P area is a reach. Some people don't even know what happened in those streams. They are hearing rumors. No one thinks she made smart choices or is innocent. I have never called her a PU, but what she does is predatory in nature. Teenagers are going to pay to talk to YouTubers with their debit cards, and she knows because she has many teenagers. Believe it or not, she refuses to age restrict herself because she can't get super chats. Well, there are a lot of chats that allow underage in. I've seen them speak to them and repeat their age. Said you shouldn't be here, but then kick them. Right. So because other people are knobs, it's okay. Really weak response. Also, the moment you are told, I am insert underage age, you block and move on. She's trash. Yeah, let me just call Susan and tell her to unban you real quick. I listen to it once it's leaked from a paywall. What would you reasonably like any of us to do about the situation in which you've found yourself? I said reasonably. Ha ha! I'd rather scoop out my eyes with a rusty spoon. Getting desperate, are we? My heart bleeds for your predicament. Suggesting we harass and bully YouTube on your behalf? Nah. Nobody cares about your steaming hot pile of lies and or nonsense. Fight your own battle, Chantal. I'd rather watch paint dry and see you flopping around like a fish for easy cash than had your so-called scalding hot tea. YouTube won't let you back. Why do you think we have any say in it? You did this to yourself. How is anyone outside of YouTube supposed to get you back on? I would set fire to $100 bill before I paid a penny to watch you on any platform. Better save that hot water for all the top ramen you'll be eating soon enough. Your verbal diarrhea got you where you are now. We don't care. Maybe you should offer to just be demonetized and they will say yes, you won't make money, but you will get your attention. It's not going to happen for weeks, girl. Better spill that tea somewhere else. You said Nader never takes responsibility for the bad stuff he's done, and if he gets in trouble, then that's on him for doing the stuff, not on you for pointing it out. Ironic, don't you think? Why do I feel like this is you, Foodie Beauty? All of a sudden, you got tea. Well, okay. Whatever it takes. Hello? YouTube? Yeah, it's Laura's Grotto. Random user. I'd like you to ignore Foodie Beauty's drug use on film, driving under the influence, minors, penises, bare-ass moonings, titties, sexual content, threats, telling her viewers to strike other creators, unhinged mental illness. YouTube in the voice of Eric Cook. No one cares! Can't even fight for your channel yourself? You're so lazy you want randoms on the internet to fight for your channel for you, so you can sit in your room and complain about your audience. Calculating the F's I don't give. You've taken no responsibility for your actions. Maybe people would have had different outlook on the whole thing if you actually came on here and took accountability for what you did, but not you, FB. You do no wrong, and that's why you're not gonna get your channel back. YouTube will see how you think you've done wrong, so how could you fix it and do better? It wasn't even your fault, right, girl? Shaking my head, you really dug your own grave this time. Accept what you did and move on.